Welcome back to AVPlays. Welcome back to Big Ambitions. And we are picking right back up on Sunday, day 70. It is 8 a.m. Yesterday we made $522,000. So we are going to continue the progress we've been making in our factory. And let me see if I can hunt down a taxi right here. And let's go ahead and have that drop us off right at the factory. And let's see how the factory's doing to begin with. So, why aren't we running no employee, no employee, no employee? Is that to be expected? We know that. Okay, yeah. Oh, so that's from the additional machines we added yesterday, I believe, and they don't have any employees, so they don't have anyone really to get them started. And I think the same idea here, no output employee, so no one to take care of this. Although I wish it would just go to this guy who is working. So that'll be fixed tomorrow. Let's go ahead and I'm going to bring some boxes over to those input machines so that we can manually take care of all of that. Not fabric cheap, we want fabric expensive. And look at all that clothes. Are we out of fabric? Fabric expensive. We have 3,220. Is it just in the machines? I'm gonna go ahead and assume all the machines have it already. The one we have a lot of clothes piling up here. Let's look at that. So 366, 454. That's great. We're going to let this pile up to 1,000 before we start the logistics on it. And I think we'll probably have the 1,000 delivered to Lower Manhattan to begin with, and then we'll implement it at Garment District. So we'll start there. We're going to be just expanding probably one machine, maybe two machines today. Maybe we'll take out alone, everybody's favorite word, and just get like a massive amount of these machines going today. How much of a loan? We have to wait until 10. I wonder how much of a loan we can take out at once. I can't remember. Let's see if this tells us. It does not. Alright. We'll figure that part out. So let's go ahead and drive over to the factory shop. You have to wait until 10 anyway. And maybe we'll be able to get away with getting like 3 or 4 more machines going. And we don't know if that is as efficient as that line can get. Might be able to get more efficient. This guy, let's go ahead and sleep the hour. what can we get away with here? Van Tander, let's call them. So 800 per client. Might as well take it. Alright. What can this get us? So let's go ahead. We need 1 input station, 2 outputs, a splitter, 2 laser cutters, 1 laser cutter? No, I can't remember. I know we need 2 of those though. Alright. That's 415, so we can definitely do it again. Let's grab as many as we can. It's always useful to have conveyor belts no matter what in the factory. So. And then let's repeat that process. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. And let's go ahead and head back. Make sure that we got the setup correct. And then if we need anything else, we'll come back here. Well, we'll come back here no matter what, I guess. If we need something else, we'll buy the other stuff. If we don't, we will be buying a 3rd machine to set up. We have 2 flatbeds in here, so might as well grab them. And we have our 2 inputs, our 4 outputs, and our laser cutters. And might as well start over here. We have our input machine. That over. Our laser cutter. We need our splitters, so let's go grab those. Alright, next would be our splitter. Nice and easy. This side goes 1 up, 1 to the side, another to the side, like that. sewing machine. Another one. And our output stations. 2. Wonderful. And it looks like we can get away with moving this a little bit, so let's do that. And it's all about kind of maintaining, taking up as little space as humanly possible in your factory. And let's repeat that over here. Our splitter. Conveyor belt. Looks like we just bought enough conveyor belts, so that's useful. Let's go ahead with our 2 industrial sewers. And our 2 outputs. And this one we might push over a little bit just to keep it in line. Maybe not. It's like it feels like these could just be closer. Can they? No. Can you? Yes, but it doesn't work. Alright, that's fine. Let's go buy one more. Pretty soon we are going to just be crushing it as clothes manufacturers. And we still have to think about, there's so many different types of stores that we haven't even opened up. It's the liquor store, bookstores, grocery stores, like fruit and vegetable store. So we definitely have so much to still look at and begin working on. Bars, dance clubs. Alright. Let's go ahead and run in. One more, so we don't need that. That. Perfect. And that brings us to 197. Have a bunch more conveyor belts. You know, each setup is going to take 4. While I'm thinking on this, I'm going to drop this down to 0. this taken care of. Where I was apparently. Alright. Let's go ahead. Alright, run this back over. One in the trunk anyway. Alright. And let's start building this one out once again on this side. We have our input station. Laser cutting machine, our splitter, our industrial cellars, and our outputs. Park that over here. And let's move this over. Love it. And there's another one done. And what was that? 4 more machines built for this episode. And they're going to become very productive machines. So let's look at what we have going on here. This is producing clothing expensive female. Same here. This is going to be clothing expensive male. No, it's going to be cut fabric expensive. Great. And these guys are going to be cut fabric. Modern expensive, right? These are all the modern lines. Fabric. Modern expensive. And fabric. Not that expensive. And of course I would do that. Make sure we grab the right fabric. And this is modern expensive male, so this would be female. Then male. Well, that's great. Process here: female, female, male. Alright, and I think that is it for the factory for today. I know we have 169,000 to play with, but we have this IRS bill that we really have to worry about. So I think that'll be the last of what we spend for the very short future. Let's go ahead and head home. And we are pretty much going to be, 3 days will pay off our IRS bill. So we aren't going to be waiting that long to continue expanding. Let's go ahead and hop on the computer. We'll play games for 5 hours. See what changes in that time span. Nothing. Great. Let's look at our purchasing agent. Let's look at our order. This should go through. Okay, so we're definitely purchasing correctly here. We're over purchasing here. So I would say let's drop this down to 5,000 for now. No, not this. Sorry. Okay. This, let's drop down to 3,000 then. And see how that changes next week. Same idea here. We probably can drop this down. Let's say 4,000, 4,000. See what changes. This can be 1,500. 4,000. So very little will be spent there. We could probably cut this in half, but we'll go ahead and drop it down 4,000. Each. That should be fine. And then for this, I want to update the fabric expensive. Let's see if we could get away with 15,000 on that. And I don't think this one gives us... Oh, it does give us metal bands. Should we... I think we'll wait on it for this week, but we'll start looking at what adding jewelry into a factory. It doesn't have to be the one we're already running, but a factory. What that should look like. Let's go ahead and watch some TV. Wonderful for that. Let's actually look at logistics there. So garment district, chicken kebab skewers. That's always going to be a thing. So let's bump this up to 800. Midtown is running out of soda. Where are you? Let's go ahead and bump that up to 1200. Burgers and Fries in Hell's Kitchen is looking like it's running low on burgers. And let's jump that up to 800. And Bird Beans Industry City is running low on donuts. And let's go ahead and give them 600 to work with. Alright, let's get ourselves some rest and see what the morning looks like. Hopefully we can afford all of those. We made 478 yesterday. We're up to 645. We're down to 6,000. Sorry, 61,000. And we're running low on coffee. We're up to 5,000, so we'll take care of that. Alright, let's go. Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of that. And where did we park our car? Great question. Is it in the warehouse still? Oh, nope, it's over here. Alright, let's go get it. Car. And let's head to New York City Distro to grab that coffee. Ah, never mind, it's an Industry City. I didn't even pay attention. Well, yeah, we'll still grab it from here and we'll take the taxi over. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll grab 4, just in case. Alright, and that'll take us back 4,982. Let's hop in a taxi and cross over the bridge. right onto our little store. I don't believe the headhunters are headhunting. So let's go ahead and turn them on. Alright, and let's go ahead and take care of the coffee that we need to. I'm gonna get it about, we'll do, I guess, 4 coffees. Take care of that. Everything else should be all set, theoretically. I'm not really even sure why we would have run out of coffee here. Because we still had so much of that order that was placed because we did the rushed order. So I'm not sure why the logistics didn't make it here, but that is okay. Alright. Let's make sure our headhunters headhunting, which we did. And today, because we have such little amounts of money, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and head home, and we'll kind of keep an eye on hiring to make sure it's all set. Throughout the day. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to zoom forward 2 hours. See where we're at with getting that factory employees taken care of. Perfect. Let's get all of these guys on the machines. Oh, I wish they defaulted to 8-hour shifts here. But can't complain. Well, alright. That is it for full-timers for now. Part-timers. Right. Oh, and that is it for part-timers, so we still have quite a bit to go. Let's go ahead and jump forward another 2 hours. Perfect. And I know we're seeing on the left-hand side here all the, well, not that, this. Expand. I think we're going to just let it go for now and let that tomorrow's logistics take care of it. I do want to make sure that we do have, yeah, we're all set. Alright, let's get these guys on the schedule again. And that's it for full-timers. Let's look at part-timers. Alright. And that's it. So we still have a little bit more. Very interesting. Just how many slots we had to fill after that hiring, or after that purchasing spree there. One last bit here. And, like, could we mix and match? Could we be adding part-timers here? Absolutely. I like to keep it uniform. We're having the same people working 5 days a week, the same hours. It's just easier to keep track of. Okay. And we're almost set for the weekends. It's a good point. Technically, we could... I know this is awful. Technically, we could just cut the amount of employees we have by quite a bit by putting these guys on 12-hour shifts. I didn't even think of that. I feel bad now because some people that have been here for a while are about to lose their jobs because I used the hours first. Just keep doing that. Alright. Make sure there are no conflicts. And yeah, we're cutting that by quite a number. And instead of everybody working 16 hours, they're now working 24. And that's 33 employees I would just let go of doing that. And I haven't explained this yet, but if you see these, this means that employee called out today and they were replaced with their HR manager, which is also a perk of having all your factory workers covered by HR. So that is something to think about. An HR manager that doesn't train them is beneficial because you'll still have them covered if they call out. So maybe that is something I will get an HR manager for them. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep the rest of this day. See what we make overnight. That is 536,000. And I wonder if that's pretty much the factory cutting into our profits. Because it seems like we are kind of going down on income. So let's look at what everybody's doing. These two are 60,000 a day, which is insane to think about. Manhattan Hair, 33,000. Play Law, 35,000. Manhattan Gifts is bringing in 10,000 even. So we're staying steady, we're getting money, but our income is going down. So let's actually look at EconoView and negative interest rates, loans, of course, private residences, AVPlays Inc. lost 14,000 yesterday. Oh, that's our headquarters. And our factory lost another 6,000. Okay, so we are losing 20,000, 22,000, I guess, plus expenses. It's 26,000. So I suppose that makes sense. We're at 589. Let's go ahead and fill out the rest of our factory schedule. Hopefully we have enough full-timers. And we are going to spend a little, wow, okay, barely got full-timers, sorry. We are going to spend a little bit of money today, and what I'm going to do is get those extra HR managers so that we can make sure that factory workers are covered if they call out, and I just realized I didn't have these checked off. But yeah, factory workers are covered if they call out, and then the rest of the employees that are needing HR, like these guys, are covered. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to and fire everyone else. Then let's have you looking for HR managers. You can stop and look for really full-timers. You can also continue, you're looking for full-timers. You can stop what you're doing, and we'll have those guys working on doing that and hopefully bringing in a lot more full-timers. Let's head over to Mr. Scott's. And I've lost our car again. Is it inside New York City Distro? I'm assuming. So let's go ahead and head over there. Yes. Alright, and let's head over to Mr. Scott's. I'm gonna look at grabbing pretty much 4 more desks, 4 more chairs, 4 more computers, and that'll hopefully we'll be able to get 4 more HR managers. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think someone was requesting a mouse pad, so while we're here, I'll just buy that. Alright. Let's head over to our headquarters. Can I make it there without losing the final 3% of our car? Oh. There's potential. We did it. Oh no! Well, that'll stay there for a second. And where can we fit these in? Honestly, it might be time to consider moving the headquarters. And that is such a pain in the butt. We'll wait. think if we just move that there, we have a little bit of space. I know it doesn't look the best, but we'll live with this. Alright. I'm honestly going to just, well, I think it's one of these people that wanted them. Let's do that, and then we'll add one extra here. Let's see, we have 3 HR managers to hire. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get these guys all set. And, alright, schedule. We are back at it full time. And it looks like we'll just need maybe one more hiring round. Of course, this person wants a computer monitor. We'll work on getting them one. 13 HR managers we currently have. It's insane. Does anyone want insurance? No. Alright, so let's make sure this anyone who isn't covered. Okay, so other than the HR managers, everyone else is a factory employee. So let's go ahead and do that. Do that. Do that. And I think actually that might, yeah, we have everyone covered, but we want to do this. Absolutely do not need them to have training, but we want them to have good job satisfaction still and be replaced. And I'm actually going to have the headhunter stop looking, and these two can keep going. That's great. Let's go get our car fixed. Here's what should be our last round of hiring for the foreseeable future for the factory. Wonderful. And now that means that every machine is running 100%. sure both Saturday and Sunday are good. They are. And let's fire the rest of these guys. Headhunters can go off. And let's look at what the inventory is looking like. So we're getting up there. We almost have 1,000 of each. I'm going to, let's actually start, well, yeah, let's start the logistics. So we'll get a driver, and they can use our truck for now. And we'll go from there. We need a logistics manager. So luckily, we got that extra desk. And the logistics manager, of course, is going to control that factory. And really, that factory will be dropping off to one location, and that is the main distribution, and we'll adjust from there. So let's go ahead, we're going to head home. And we should have gotten gas while we were there. That's okay. Go ahead and park. Head in. We'll take a shower. And let's see what we've got. We've got 2 delivery drivers. They'll do, or 3, I should say. You'll do. The rest of you 2 can go. And equal logistics will take this one. You 2 can go. Let's go ahead and stop this. Seat the logistics manager. And he's going to go ahead and take over our clothing factory. And Lisa will take care of the board courier. And let's set up the logistics. So you're going to be delivering to main distribution. And I'm going to have this set up to just 1,000 for now. From here, we will be delivering to Manhattan Locks. And we will be delivering, let's say 7, well, actually, we'll just follow the same guidelines. So 600. And you know what? I can also do the same thing at Garment Locks, and we'll go with 400. And we won't necessarily have 600 and 400, but that'll do for now. So those will get delivered. We'll be able to put up the racks for them tomorrow. So let's go ahead and kill the rest of today. Let's adjust our logistics here. So the bakery needs, let's go up to 400. We'll do that for both. And let's see, as close to 8 as possible. 505. Okay. Interesting. We're up to 1 million. And remember, we have 7 days to get up to 1.8. So, well, it'll take another 2 days to get there. So we'll have pretty much Friday to get some more machines going and hire new people for them. Alright, so the main distribution, yes, should have the expensive clothes, which it does now. Of course, we'll have a notification that we couldn't deliver them because they weren't there yet. What is this? Day 71. That's 2 days ago. Okay, that's fine. And so now, let's go ahead and take care of putting up the racks for those, so that when we do have the items delivered, we're able to actually sell them right away. And we have a total net worth of $10 million. That's so exciting. It's a lot of money. And, alright, let's look at garment locks. Where are you? Right here. We need 3 clothing racks for each type, so 12. There's the first 8. And we'll have to see how we can get away with doing this. Because the storage it's a little bit small. So we'll see how we can fit these in. I'm sure we'll figure it out. And let's head over there. I suppose it could be 4 on either side. It's 3 for each. Alright, let's see. You guys can go much closer to the wall. And you can kind of do this. Make sure it lines up, I guess. Okay. And then for the men, how are we going to make this fit? I suppose. Push these closer to the changing rooms. And then we will be able to do definitely 1, 2. Yeah, we can definitely make that fit. Here's your third. Bam. And 1, 2, 3 here. And this will start selling immediately tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get them all set up to the right style. So this is classic cheap. We'll go classic. Or, yeah, modern cheap. Sorry. But, oh, yes. This is what we want. Classic expensive. And then this is going to be modern expensive. And we'll be repeating that same process over here. Where this should be classic, yeah, and so we want modern cheap, modern classic expensive. Wow, why am I having such a hard time understanding that? Classic expensive, classic expensive, and this will be modern expensive. Wonderful. So now we should be maintaining that 30. Yep. Let's look at pricing for those. And already, pricing looks great. So 156.50. What was the high? Sorry. So we'll go 156.50. 162.75. 162.75 again. And 156.50. That is exciting stuff. That's going to be such a large income boost for this store. And let's go ahead and repeat the process for Manhattan Lux. But the process is going to look a little bit different because we're going to have the angled racks as well there. So let's go ahead here. And we need at least 8. Now it's time to actually look at what we need. So we have 10, 8 times cooling rank 10. Okay. So we have 10 for the classic, right? So classic cheap male, classic cheap female. And then 5. Wait, I'm just reading that incorrectly. Let me look at Garment Lux again. So 3 times. Okay. Reading the wrong numbers. Back to Manhattan Lux. So we have 8 for each. So let's go ahead and grab 8 more. And then it was 15 for each of the angled racks. And I haven't even opened up in any of my gameplays a clothing store in Midtown. Love to see how that does. If Manhattan Lux gets up there, and what is it doing right now? 23,000 a day off of just classic, cheap, modern cheap. I wonder how Midtown would do with the expensive as well. Because this is going to at least double what the store is making, and it'll definitely be more than double. Let's go ahead and get these set up. I'd forgotten I hadn't painted the store quite yet. And our security guard is going to stay in the way there. Alright. Well, perfect. He moved right in time. Awesome. Let's go ahead and grab the other. And I do love the cash registers like this, kind of watching over that jewelry. I think other stores, real stores, do that, and I think it kind of fits in just with that luxury feeling for a store. And we're almost blending the categories. We're not going to get too close. And eventually I am going to hang up signs in this store. Just like, to label where the women's section, men's section. I think that actually plays very cool. Wonderful. Now let's go get ourselves some angled racks, and they're probably going to go down the middle. And then maybe like this. We'll see. Maybe we'll push these closer together. Right, head back over to AJ Peterson for those. We're gonna need 30, so why don't we actually call AJ Peterson? and make our lives easier. And I just noticed, so all these items, they weren't able to fulfill a full order of them. So let's look at our warehouse stock for those items. We're still up there, but it is quite a bit of a difference. We are going to go ahead and call AJ Peterson. That's what we were doing. Manhattan locks today at 2, and we're going to get 30 of these. Wonderful. And does the store have signs? It does. I feel like this looks kind of too grocery store-ish, so maybe this. Would love if they made it like a little fancier. Maybe we can invest in the room dividers to kind of separate the sections. Yeah, I'm gonna add 10, whatever we don't use. We'll sell back. Let's go ahead and sleep in the car. Yes, you can if it's not parked. We'll sleep here until that order comes in. Wonderful. And how are we going to get these going? I think, yeah, these are going to kind of separate each other like this. And we're going to use those the dividers to kind of create sections. Hopefully. So like but we definitely need more to accomplish what I was thinking. I don't know. I guess, yeah, something like where they just feel like different sections. Not quite sure I'm doing this exactly how I want to, but I can always leave room to adjust. And That means this has to kind of make its way over here. Alright. And what will this look like? Let's do the same thing. Or do we kind of have enough space to where, well, this is going to be another jewelry section. Yeah, we'll move these same way. So these are gonna just shift. And then these will be here. And here. And it'll be interesting to see which of these the warehouse decides to prioritize first. Will it be Manhattan? Will it be Garment? I wonder if they go by like what's demanding less at first to what's demanding more. Not quite sure. One thing to also think about is the fact that there will be lines here, theoretically. But maybe those lines will move. Alright, why do we have 4 extras? $15. Interesting. Let's just go ahead and see. So, classic, expensive, classic, expensive. Wonderful. And then this is going to be modern, expensive. Okay. Let's look at it now. 70, okay. So we're just missing the 1. And I'm assuming we're missing the one over here as well. Okay. Never mind. We forgot to put those. Okay. Wonderful. And these are going to be classic expensive female. And there goes another $125 because our car's parked wrong. And it'll really, how this store looks when there are clothes on all of these racks will really change my thought process on how this layout should work. So don't be surprised if we come back in here when this is fully stocked and we move it quite a bit because it doesn't look great. Alright, let's make sure this is what it should be. And we're missing one. A clothing, modern expensive male, modern expensive female. We gave them an extra one, I'm assuming. No. Okay, there we go. So that should do modern expensive female. Okay, so we're just missing one on the other side. And is it this one? It is. Wonderful. Now, pricing. And these hopefully will be quite a bit more. Oh yes, I forgot. We don't have anything. So, what were the garment prices? So $156.50 for clothing, classic expensive female. Classic cheap female is $70.25 there. Now let's look here. So classic cheap female is $69, so it's cheaper. What does the market for this look like here? It's great. I think we try for $175 for the modern, $150 for the classic. What do we do? So, okay, $165, $175. Let's try that, and if the pricing is too much, we'll adjust. So classic, $165. $175. Love it. And while we could go to the... Yeah, let's do that. We're going to go to the warehouse and grab everything for at least Manhattan Lux. And if there's anything left, we'll go back to Garment Lux for it. And how's the factory doing? It's low. And the fabric expensive is low, so we definitely need more. I don't think our purchase order for that is the one that was able to go through. Yeah. So we can rush an order for it. Let's actually do that. And have that get in tomorrow. That'll push us back a day on the tax, but that's a risk we have to kind of live with. Okay. Go drop these off. Okay. So funny that they go into the stockroom. That's one set of the clothes. There's another. What does that look like? Kind of exactly the same for male and female. Interesting. Okay, let's go pick up the rest. And we're pretty much gonna empty out the warehouse, and whatever is left over that doesn't make it onto the shelves is what we'll bring over to Garment. go ahead and make that trip again. Okay. Yeah, looks great. Go check it out. It's definitely an interesting style. Alright. Let's go back, and I'm going to cut this next trip out. And we'll I'll pick you guys back up when the store's stocked so that we can look at it. Alright, and here is what this looks like fully stocked. So, very interesting choices for modern. Modern expensive. The classic expensive looks exactly the same regardless of type. But this is great. I'm super excited about this. Let's go ahead and take whatever is not needed off the shelf. And we're going to be making a trip back over to the Garment District store to repeat the process. And I know we won't really see the benefits of a full sales day with all of these items, but we'll see some increase, a small bump in sales for today. All right. Let's go ahead and head over to Garment Box. All right. Wonderful. Lots of people complaining in there. Hopefully, dropping some of these items off helps them. All right, and one more stop. Okay, go ahead and grab that. And really, we just need modern expensive. So let's find modern expensive on our shelves. And we don't have modern expensive here. Alright. Back down to the warehouse. tomorrow. We'll give it another repair. Treating it so horribly. We are down to $9.95 per money. And we just want modern expensive for both male and female. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go 4. And 4. Perfect. Driving reckless never pays, guys. Go ahead and park this, grab everything out of here. Hopefully that's all we need. It looks like it's flying off the shelf pretty quickly. This is great. Super excited. Let's go ahead and head home. And then we're going to just kind of fast forward to the end of today and see, one, how pricing at Manhattan looks with that new pricing for the expensive clothing. Do people like it? Do they hate it? We'll find out. And we'll see how much better those stores do now that they have 4 new products. So let's go ahead and let's use the toilet for 10 minutes. Can't forget to wash our hands. Shower. Watch TV for the next 4 hours. And we're at 5:45, 6:43. Alright. So, Manhattan Luxe. People like your pricing, for one. What did we do? We sold quite a bit right away. Love to see it. Garment Luxe. What about you? You sold a decent amount as well. Pricing is great too. Alright, so tomorrow will be a full day with all of those items in the store. Let's look at these alerts. Got our freight. Okay, we're out of chicken kebab skewers, so that is not great. Okay, what do these look like in the warehouse right now? Okay, so we have a little bit in the warehouse to deliver. I'll take that. I think this is a perfect time to call this an episode. We got a little bit more added to our factory. We added 4 new products to each of our stores. and we kind of got to see how those products affected the sales today. Today will be the real test, what a full shopping day with those products in the store looks like. So we'll see that in the next episode. If you guys like this episode, please like and subscribe. Please leave me any comments, anything you want to see, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.